My name is Harris Bass. I'm 71 and I was recently diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. What happened is in early January, I actually took part in the Galleri Pathfinder Clinical 2 study. It came to my attention from actually a friend's wife who's a radiologist who is a principal investigator for the test down in Long Beach. And she came to Rotary where I'm a member and she invited members to come for the free test at that point. And I said, okay, it sounds good. So I went down for the test in early January, about the first week. What surprised me was it took about 3 weeks for the test to come back, whereas my friends came back in about 2 weeks. So I started wondering, not exactly good. And actually the call came in from my primary physician to tell me that I had a positive hit for either esophageal or pancreatic cancer. The timing was really bad for the phone call because it was Friday morning and I was due to leave for the airport in about an hour, going to Nashville for a wedding. So, get emotional here. It left me wondering quite a bit during the wedding. Will I ever be back again to see my friends down there? Because I didn't tell anybody other than my wife about the diagnosis. So I came back from Tennessee and I went through a series of tests to determine whether or not I actually had cancer. Luckily, at that point in time, I did not know that the false positive rate was so low. That on the Galleri test, my understanding is, it comes back at about a 99.5% chance that you have cancer if it registers positive. So I went through first upper GI for esophageal cancer, came back with nothing. Then I took an MRCP, and that came back that I had about a half a dozen cysts on my pancreas, one of them which caused concern. From there, I took the EUS test, the endoscopic ultrasound with biopsy, and that came back showing that there was cancer on one of the cysts. What's interesting, I got back this result, I believe it was like a Wednesday morning, and by that Friday morning, I went in to see Dr. Anton Bilchik here. He was referred to me as being the top surgeon that I should see for this matter. Just a couple of days later, I got a call from his office saying if I could come in for surgery on Wednesday morning. They had initially predicted the surgery would last about 3.5 hours. It lasted 1.5. The cancer was on the tail of the pancreas, which I guess if you have to have it is one of the better spots to have it. 2 days later, I saw him again and we went over the pathology and he said he got all the cancer and all the margins. However, the cancer went into 1 of 10 lymph nodes. Currently, I'm in chemo. I've gone through 9 treatments. I had a CAT scan about 2 weeks ago. It came back, nothing detected. So I'm hopeful, doctors are hopeful, but you never know with pancreatic cancer. My time framework for things happening was so quick. I mean, it's amazingly quick. To go from a diagnosis to surgery in 8 days, and on all the testing, it is crucial that your primary doctors are good and that they can move you along through the system very quickly. Because I would call for appointments. They would recommend who I should see next, and I would call for the appointment. And this is back in February, and they would tell me at the office, like, we have an appointment June so-and-so, or first week of July. And I had to go through a lot of tests with the upper GI and the MRCP and the EUS, and they have all this keep being delayed further and further than surgery. That it was crucial to have doctors who could advance my case. Or I don't know if I want to use the word advance, but who knew who to call to get things to happen so that I wasn't just part of the system, because that would have gone on forever. I mean, I think otherwise, I don't know where I'd be right now. I don't think I would have had surgery yet, or just be about scheduling for surgery right now. It was remarkably quick, the whole process. I would tell anybody to come here, I had been having treatment at a competitor place, which was more like, a big department store. But no, it was very nice here, very nice. I was extremely happy. I was actually amazed at how nice the facility is. I think the thing is, you almost didn't feel like you were in a hospital because, I've been in a hospital before and you always hear the announcements and the beeping and all the commotion, and I didn't have any of that here. It seemed like all the nurses had like little cell phones or something. They were getting, if somebody wanted to reach them, they got them directly. I hate to use the word enjoyable. It was a nice stay. It was an enjoyable stay. I haven't lost 1 second of sleep. People find it hard to believe. I've never spent 1 second even thinking about this from a negative point of view. I find this entire Galleri test very interesting, scientifically. I'm looking forward to talking to Dr. Gordon here in a few minutes about it. And I'll tell you this, since I've had the test, I've been very open about it, surprising my wife. But I tell everybody the story. And I think after the people in Rotary, maybe beforehand, like 5 or 6 Rotarians had gone down, and we have well over 100 in the club. I'm going to tell you something, I think the vast majority of the club went down afterwards for the test. And I probably sent down 50 to 100 people, but I'm the only one who came back with a positive hit on it. The one piece of advice, do not do your own research on the internet. Because I would have died already, you know, based on that. Bright side is, it'll be over in 6 weeks, and I scheduled a trip back to Tennessee soon thereafter.